Thanks to Fence Armor for sponsoring today's video. Earlier this year, we built a beautiful floating deck in our backyard. Unfortunately, the AC unit is right next to the deck and it's a pretty big eyesore, so I'm going to build a slat fence around the AC unit to hide it and to complement the new deck. Check out the description below for the blog post with all the tools and materials for this project. Let's get into it. For this project, I'm reusing lumber from a previous privacy fence project. We're updating our backyard and had to take the fence down, so I'm glad I could reuse the lumber. For the fence slats, I'm using 1x3 pine boards, and for the fence posts, I'm using 4x4x8 pine. I'll be using a stain and sealer on the lumber, so that's why I opted for untreated. You can also use treated lumber or cedar, which is great for outdoor projects like this. I started by cutting down the 4x4 posts to 6 feet. The post will be about 2 feet down in the ground and 4 feet above. I measured and marked out where we needed to dig the holes. We're staying at least 1 foot away from the AC unit on all sides, but make sure to look up proper clearance for your specific AC unit. We rented a post digger from our local home improvement store for the day for $10, and Devin helped to dig the holes. Generally, the depth of the hole should be 1/3 to 1/2 the post height above ground, so we're digging the 6-foot posts 2 feet into the ground. And for diameter, generally you want to dig the holes about 3 times the width of the post. While Devin was working on digging the holes, I started to prepare the posts. I quickly sanded the 4x4s with 120 grit sandpaper, then stained the posts with the same semi-transparent stain and sealer that I used for the slats. The posts are sanded and stained. Now let's prepare them for the ground. Thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Fence Armor, for sending over some great products to protect our posts from the bottom up. Let's take a look at the lineup of products that I'll be using to protect our posts. Here's a quick example of what our post will look like. So first we have the Fence Armor caps to protect the top of our posts. The interior cap claw allows a tight grip on the top of your posts. In addition to the caps, we have some decorative finials. They have a variety of options, but I'm going with the Fleur de Lis design. Next, we have the post protectors. These protect your posts against damage from lawn maintenance tools such as weed whackers. You can use these full protection post guards to safeguard mailboxes, vinyl fences, wood fences, decks, or pergolas. Next are these Post Saver Pro sleeves. These are designed to deliver a 20-year protection against ground line decay. They are heat shrinkable, so I'll use a torch to shrink them to the posts and push out any air bubbles with a wet roller. If you're installing post protectors on multiple posts, a roofer's torch may be more suitable due to its softer flame. One thing that I love about Fence Armor is that they use locally sourced, sustainable materials, and with all of these products that I mentioned, Fence Armor provides different color and size combinations depending on the size of your posts and decorative preference. Fence Armor has extended a special discount code to my followers. You can use code Stephanie12 for a 12% discount on your Fence Armor purchases. Check out the access link below. So here I'm sliding the Post Saver sleeve over the 4x4 post. Like I mentioned, these sleeves prevent ground line decay, so since my ground line is at 24 inches, I'm positioning the sleeve where their ground line indicator is right at 24 inches. I used a torch to carefully shrink the sleeve onto the post, then used a wet roller to push out any weak spots such as wrinkles or air bubbles. When using a plumber's torch like you see here, make sure to use quick strokes so that you don't burn through the membrane. Like I mentioned before, if you're installing post protectors on multiple posts, a roofer's torch may be more suitable due to its softer flame. Next, I took the steel post protectors and secured it to the post just above that 24-inch ground line where the weed whacker would do the most damage. I installed the post protectors beforehand because I knew the exact measurement of the post depth, but you can also install the Fence Armor after post installation like you see here. It's easier to determine placement this way since you can compare it to the height of your grass or landscaping. Last, I assembled the post cap and decorative finial. Now that our posts are protected, we can place them in the ground. We're using fast setting concrete mix. You just pour it in the hole and add water according to the instructions. While Devin poured the mix into the hole, I made sure that the post was level and plumb on all sides. With one side secured, we double checked our measurement for the next post, making sure it was in line and level with the other post, and followed the same steps. Now that the posts are set, we took a measurement between each of the posts for the slats. Devin worked on cutting down the slats while I secured some cleats to attach the slats to. These slats are already stained from a previous project, but if you're using untreated lumber, now's a good time to stain and seal your lumber after it's all cut down to size. I made a few cleats out of some leftover 1x lumber. I ripped the cleat down to 2 inches and secured it flush with the back side of the post with some 1¼ inch exterior deck screws. Now I can attach the wood slats right to this cleat and they will be inset from the posts. You could attach the slats right to the 4x4 post, but I think this gives it a more professional look. All of my cleats are attached. Now we can secure the slats. I started at the top, making sure to leave enough room for my post caps. I made sure the first board was perfectly level, then secured a few 1.5 inch brad nails to each end of the board into that 3/4 inch cleat. I used a 3/4 inch scrap piece as a spacer and continued to make my way down the posts. You don't want two spacer slats too close together to allow for proper ventilation for your AC unit. After all my slats were attached, I touched up the slats with the same stain and sealer. I made sure to get in all the nail holes to seal them up and prevent water damage. Last but not least, I attached the post caps with decorative finials, and there you have a beautiful fence to cover your AC unit. Be sure to check the description below for tool and material links. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.